This episode is brought to you by Google Pixel, the official fan phone of the NBA and WNBA. The new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro are built different. How? Take the Audio Magic Eraser tool. It helps block out distracting crowd noise so your play-by-play commentary sounds crystal clear. The only phone engineered by Google brings out the audio you care about so your videos sound as crisp as they look. Learn more at googlestore.com/pixelnba. Audio Magic Eraser requires Google Photos app. May not work on all audio elements.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I will be talking on NXT yesterday, and overall, I feel like ending the argument with NXT versus AEW. Well, for those that don't know, NXT is now coming on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays, competing with AEW, but I had watched NXT last night, and I honestly, I wasn't all that impressed. You know, like, first off, I was debating on whether I wanted to watch it or not, because I still kind of had, like, a bad, like, taste in my mouth. Like, I remember when NXT, when they came back on TV, because my thing was, like, why did you guys take it off in the first place? You know, that was something that I just didn't really understand. Like, you're forcing people to go to a website to watch something, and it's like, that it ain't even, like, really. And my thing is that if this is what NXT was when people had to pay for it, like watching it on the WWE network or watching it on, because I can't remember if people had to pay for it on the WWE website, because I was watching NXT when it like very first came out, when it was like Nexus and all that crap, and then it was like second season or second wave of NXT, whatever. And then I remember for some odd reason they decided that they was going to have it come out on the website. So at that point, I stopped watching it. I was like, if it ain't coming out on TV, I ain't going to watch it. So then they came out with WWE Network, and then was having it where people had to pay to watch it on there. I'm like, well, that's messed up. It was a free show already. So I'm like, is the show going to get better or something? Like, why is that? And so then, yeah, then from there, it was like they had it where it's like if you was going to watch NXT, you had to pay for it, or you had to like show up to one of the shows or something. I'm like, no, I ain't doing all of that to watch a show. I'm like, I watched that show for free from the start. I should be watching it for free now. So, which it is, but so anyways, fast forward, they're promoting the fact that AEW is going to come out on TV. And I remember I was seeing like all these different like videos of AEW, and I was like, dang, that looked good. Like, I'm going to have to watch that. I'm going to have to, see what that's all about. Because I remember hearing, like, Cody Rhodes got signed to him, to AEW, then Chris Jericho, and then it was, like, all these other big names now going to AEW. And there's, like, wrestlers that either was fired or released from WWE. Well, either way, they left WWE, and now they're going to AEW. And I'm like, man, that is crazy on how many wrestlers. I'm like, so AEW is doing something good. They're doing something good. So anyways, so yeah, AEW it's getting ready to come out, and or it was the week prior, that's when they had NXT come back out on TV. So it was like, for me, it was a last minute thing. I didn't know that it was coming back out on TV. But that's what really had made me upset, was that they was like, if you want to watch the rest of NXT, so they had it come out on TV for an hour, and they was like, if you want to watch the rest of NXT, you're going to have to go on the WWE Network and watch it. And I'm like, are you serious? You talk about it's coming back out on TV, and I got to watch the rest of it on a streaming platform? You lost me. I'm like, you have lost me. I'm like, so it looks like now the only WWE shows I'm watching is Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. But if NXT ain't coming on, I'm like, okay, well, you lost me. I'm like, I most likely would have been watching NXT, but I definitely would have checked out an episode of AEW and things. I probably had to been going back and forth, just really depending on which shows. But no, after they did that, I was like, nope. I'm like, you lost me, so I'm gonna just watch AEW. AEW came out, I was hooked. Every episode is always crazy. Like, they always do something good. So that's why I really do like about it. And there's been times, like, not to really, like, cap or crap on I've been making that mistake saying cap and crap, because I'm like, oh, that's cap and crap. But anyways, moving forward. But there's been times where like WWE has had like some slow episodes. So I'm like, fam, like it, what's going on? Like why is it so slow? Why is everything like happening like like they should be doing some more wilder matches and things. But and that's another thing. It's like I really don't like this kid friendly stuff. Like I don't like it at all. Like as a kid growing up, you're like, oh okay, well I don't really care. But then as you get older, now you're an adult and you're like, hey yo, why am I still watching like this kid friendly show? Like what's up with that? Now they're trying to like add some curse words in it and stuff and do, but I'm like, no, you guys need to have more wilder matches. You guys need to have more wilder storylines and stuff. Y'all can't like, oh, let's add a curse word here and there and call it a day. Like, no, y'all was even doing that in the PG era. Like that stuff is done and over with now. Like you need to have it where like I don't know, like freaking something. It's just something crazy, something that's like it's gonna leave people like talking about it and stuff. But if you ain't gonna be doing that, then it's like, well, why watch the show then? Like it ain't even like trying to like bad mouth the show, but I'm just saying like it just didn't make it. Then it's like with AEW. They brought it. They always bring it every episode. I'm like, there's even especially with that episode with Britt Baker and what's that other girl's name? Freaking like I can't even think of the woman's name. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa. In their match that it's like I don't even know what to call that match, but they killed it, and I was like, hey yo, like. That was good. That was good. I have to say that was probably the best women's match I've ever seen in my whole life of wrestling. Like this goes all the way back to my immature kid days when I'd be flipping through the channels and see mud wrestling between women in WWE. I'm like, defeats every women's match I have ever seen. Like that wrestling, that match was like. That would be like, it seemed like, I don't know what would really be considered WrestleMania and AEW. I'm still like learning all the pay-per-views because this show did come out like, last year or something. So I don't really know like what match would be a WrestleMania or what pay-per-view would be a WrestleMania. But that right there was definitely a WrestleMania like match. If we're going to talk like on, whatever, like AEW and comparing it. We're not so much as comparing it, but like what would be, well, in a way, yeah, I guess it would be a comparison and thing. But anyways, overall, moving forward, I definitely enjoyed that match, and I was like, man, that's crazy, like how that match was like. And then watching Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw and stuff, and it was like, hey yo, how come they don't be doing no wild stuff like that? Like I'm saying, like. I know that they're probably all the like wrestlers wouldn't be up for that type of stuff, but you were getting like wrestlers even from WWE thanking or not thanking, but like giving them a round of applause for what they did. And I'm pretty sure it was other wrestlers, excuse me, too, that was like applauding them, like, hey, yo, y'all killed it. Like you guys gotta like I mean, they haven't really been doing no stuff like, well, actually, no, with this last match with Matt Hardy and Darby Allin, I think that's his name. Hold on for a second. Darby Allin. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty dope. He's from Seattle, Washington. But anyways, but no, like this last match that he was just in with Matt Hardy, I was like, dang, man, like these guys be killing in these matches, and these ain't even like. My thing is like, okay, if that's like the weekly matches, what are the pay-per-views like? Like I'm telling you, if they said that AEW was like their pay-per-views, is because I know like now with WWE they got it where all their pay-per-views is coming out on Peacock. So if you already have Peacock, then you could just watch it. And I know if they said that AEW was going to like Netflix or was going to HBO Max or Hulu or something. I don't even know if it is. I haven't really checked. But if they said that their pay-per-views was coming out on those platforms, I'm watching it. I'm watching the pay-per-views because I'm like, hey, yo, if they're doing this on just the weekly shows, I can only imagine what they're doing on the the pay-per-view shows. So I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, that is some insane stuff right there. So Yeah, I'm like, I'm curious. I'm one of these days I am gonna have to order. What is their next pay per view? Next AEW pay per view on tonight's Revolution. AEW announces next would be Double or Nothing on Sunday, May 30th. This would be the second ever Sunday pay per view for the promotion after tonight's show. So 2021 Double or Nothing. How much would, hold on for a second, I'm just overall seeing where I could watch it at. It's just, they ain't told me nothing. Dang, like, where is it? How do I watch? Or did it already? No, because they say it's May, so it's like, that's next month. Dang, that's a while from now. Dang, it's coming out on Saturday? They haven't really said, like, where do you, is there like a website? Hold on for a second, let me see if there's a website I can go to. I gotta sneeze. There we go. Okay. Well, that ain't told me nothing. It's like a real estate agent. Yep. Real estate website. Just with all elite wrestling.com. Okay, cool. They just took me shop events. So, oh, wait a second. They actually, this is to just let you know, like, oh, they got like showing you, oh, they're like traveling across. They're going to like a bunch of different places. Boston, Massachusetts. Well, no, I'm not trying to figure, how do I, man, they ain't told me nothing. I'm trying to figure out stuff. How dare you? When they got on their shop website, I want to get, there's like some, they even got AEW shoes, fam. Like, they got super kicks. That's what they're calling them. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder if they got like the AEW. There's like a Letterman's jacket that they had, and I was like, "Hey, yo, I'll buy that. I'll buy that because I'm like, I like that. I like that a lot. Jackets. There we go. I like how I'm just going through the website right now. I'm like, I ain't even like continuing on with the podcast episode. I'll do that afterwards. But anyways, so to overall, like, so talking on what's going on now. So WWE, I guess, just randomly decided. I don't know if they always have been talking on it. I hadn't been watching NXT because I've been busy watching AEW. But it was right after WrestleMania. Yeah, so it was right after this past WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw was on, and then I think they announced that NXT was coming out on Tuesday. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll watch that then. So when it came on, I wasn't all that interested in it. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, hey, yo, this is what I've been missing out on. Like, and not even saying it in a good way, but like, dang, like, I really I'm like, all right, if that's what they were doing, like, okay, I guess I'm like, don't really see myself watching a whole lot of this, but I'm gonna try to give next week's episode a chance. Like, I'm gonna actually sit down and watch it, and if I like it, then okay, I'll continue watching it. But maybe this was just like I don't know. It was, to me, I was just like, I ain't really care too much for the episode. Like, I guess, like, you know, when you went this long without watching it, it just doesn't really matter to you anymore. So I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, like, if it's like going to be like this, I don't see myself watching it. So anyways, but yeah, then NXT came, or AEW came on tonight, and I was like, man, they had freaking Mike Tyson, then the Darby Allin and Matt Hardy fight, and then then that fight with Chris Jericho and freaking, who was the one guy? I can't think of that guy's name, but that was good. Like, all of the matches is good, promos, all of that stuff, they were all good. And then with NXT, I was like, I don't know about this. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a chance though. I'm gonna give it a chance. Next week, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna keep my eyes out on you, but I'm just saying, like, if what I see is not appealing, I don't see myself watching a whole lot of NXT. And it's funny because I'm like, I used to like NXT when it was because I remember when it was like Daniel Bryan was on there. What other things was going on? Then it was like him and Daniel Bryan, The Miz was going back and forth at it. And then, dang, what was like? Well, it's been years, man. I think it's been over 10 years since NXT originally came out. So when did NXT originally come out? Now I need to see that NXT. Let's see here. Oh, they said Keith Lee, he's returning to wrestling this week, so he must be coming. So first episode was in 2010, so that was over 10 years ago, man. Like that's crazy. That was crazy. And I remember when they were promoting it, blowing it up. That's crazy to think. Daniel Bryan was he was like he was originally on that show back in the day. I was like, man, that is wild. But anyways, but yeah, that was the one thing that tripped me out was that I was like when I seen Wade Barrett and Beth Phoenix as the announcers. So like, is that's a thing though? So hold on for a second. Let me go on Wikipedia real quick and see about this because I'm like, hey yo, like what y'all when was this like? Because I was not aware of this. So WWE personnel, NXT. So they got. All right, so these are all the wrestlers. Dang, they got a lot of wrestlers. Other on there. So they got real name, notes, manager. Okay, NXT UK. Oh, I forgot about NXT UK. Oh, I wonder if they got that one girl. She still be wrestling for them. Probably not. I don't even see her name. Yeah, she might not be wrestling for them no more. Non-brand. Edge, Goldberg, and John Cena. It's like, fam, all I'm just trying to do is just find out. They got all these other different names. I'm like, fam, who are y'all? Like, I'm just trying broadcast team. There we go. Beth Phoenix, commentator on NXT. That is crazy. I did not know that she was a commentator on NXT. So they must have this must have been a thing. Hold on for a second. When this happened, because I needs to see full time commentator. Wow. So she's been a commentator since 2019. Dang, I did not know that. Huh. I always just thought like she was just retired at home chilling and things, but no, it was like I thought like I honestly thought first time she came back was last year when her and Randy Orton was getting into it. I didn't realize that she had been wrestling or she had been an announcer for this long. I'm like, dang, all right then. Well, the more you know, the more you know. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode because next episode is going to be pretty interesting. This is involving myself and some past beefs that I got into and how the Uno reverse card, it took place. It took place with who I was getting into it with. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, have it set up. And if you're a person, nope. No SeatGeek promos, all right? Not just yet, not just yet. Subscribe to one of my 31 YouTube channel. I'm surprised how I still will, like, mess up on that and will still do a SeatGeek promo. I did so many of them. I guess it's still in me. It's still in me. But subscribe to one of my 31 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at TMossBoss. And, yeah, until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.